burning up. Every time we hear me, we turning up. Every time you see me, I look like bugs. Pound my friends in a big black truck. I'm Vanessa, I like salsa. I'm a dancer, dancer. You pay fees for my big show in Ibiza for my leisure. I don't do arguments in my relationships. I'm lit. You don't want me standing on this and say something. I'm rich. It don't make no sense how I make this. I'm lit. I don't do two-face and that's the face card on my wrist. She ate, she ate, she ate away. 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 Take my keys, I'm not going home. Please stop blowing up my celly phone. Take my keys, I'm not going home. Please stop blowing up my celly phone. She ate, she ate.
You can almost hear the noise coming from the nearby French Quarter. And they're being just as loud inside Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Both teams still searching for that first win of the season. One of them is going to find it here as we're off in week 2. Chooses to bring this one out. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They'll start this one out with Hall. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
They give on 2nd to Hall. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 3rd down give to Hall. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
He calls for the fair catch and has it at the 22-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Saints will get set to take over. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. This is complete to Olave. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Man in motion out of the slot. Now an inside handoff to Miller. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Looking to the air here. He has the first over the middle. There it is. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Chris Olave with the touchdown. Great groupie to try the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Saints will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Reed now to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They start the drive with Hall. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Alontae Taylor making the stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, he'll throw. This is reeled in by Wilson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down. Hall takes it straight ahead. And they bring him down around the 34. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
They had the 1st down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's got a nice run. That reaches the 26. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. First carry here for Braylon Allen. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. It's a pickup of 11. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger. But that back remains hungry.
Take it in. Touchdown, New York. The Jets cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right, when you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Return coming here from the 12. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Finds him over the middle. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. The rookie from Tennessee found that opening, ends up with a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. Second down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. An excellent game, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Working inside the red zone. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints break the tie here in the 1st. Group B to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Saints take the lead here, 14-7 in the 1st. Reed now to kick this one away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he winds up out of bounds, and that's going to be the end of the 1st quarter. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. Neither side separating much so far. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. Time for the 2nd quarter of play. It's Jets football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. The screen pass falls incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And now it's 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. He's going to throw this one. Hits him on the out route. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
I'm sure, Coach, a play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. A give left side for Hall. And he gets them down to the 42. Even 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They go right back to Hall. And a bit of danger Deja vu as they stop him at the line once again. Looking to throw on third. That's completed right side. He will go! Touchdown, New York! The Jets can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one right down the middle. And the Jets tie things up at 14. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying the right side with Miller. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Wrapped up on that play by big Quinnen Williams. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Again, it's Miller. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And the Jets in the dime for this 3rd down. Back now, pressure on its way. On target to his man Higgins. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
On the give, it's Miller. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10 plus, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game, the type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing now from the gun. Higgins makes the catch. This is ahead for about 5. Brandon Stevens in on the tackle.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And that'll be enough for the first as they touch him down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Finds a man right side. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Saints are going to have a first down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. The Saints hoping to break this tie before the half. 2nd down now, 7 to go. He'll throw it. Into the the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
Boy, take a look at that. Look at him locking down his area of the end zone. They could bring it in close enough to take shots, but there are no easy touchdowns.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. They're throwing it. And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints get some late points and the lead. T. Higgins, the touchdown. Groupie adds the extra point. And the Saints break that tie and now lead by 7. Reed now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Pass play now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL game before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field. Will take over as he records his first interception of our season. 2nd down, they go pass here, and it's intercepted to kill the drive. And that is one way defensively to get your teammates off the field. That was all about anticipation. Great move there by the defender to take it away and put his offense on the field.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got it near the 8. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And now they have a 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints grow their lead just before halftime. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position could be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Groupie's extra point is good. And the Saints double their lead to 14. Reed now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Handoff running left. Here's Hall. He's got a gain of 6 there. Brought down by Tyrann Mathieu. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
2nd and 4. He beams one deep right side. Ooh, the this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining. Play action on first down. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left. Tried getting it to Chris Olave. And we'll see what they do here on second down. Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. He's foray up the middle, and that's about 3. It was Andre Cisco who hauled him down there. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. He'll begin his return from the 11. And this drive will start inside the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll throw it. Completed to his running back. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Slot man motioned over. Straight ahead, here's Miller. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. 2 yards on the pickup. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
They go play action on first. He's on the move. He finds his running back on a deep shot. Nicely done. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Back to throw. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Saints are going to have a first down. Now looking to throw. He puts some power on a deep one left. And that's incomplete. A little lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on first down.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Handoff here for Miller. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on third down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow. You always almost feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here. But they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
His return starts at the 5. Finds some space. He's past the 30. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. He's throwing deep to the left side. Big gain downfield. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Oh no, they get him yet again. Space on the right, he's got room. And the Saints are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. While you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick 6, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Dropping back to throw. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. And the Jets will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They bring their tight end left. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option, run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Back to throw now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock. And physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Throwing on 3rd and long. He's going to push one deep down the right. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down. Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And he gets it away from his end zone. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And the Saints are going to enjoy some great field position on the short side of the field. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Miller with it. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Running once more with Miller. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They'll try and throw it here. Cut near the goal line. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
They'll try and punch it in. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain that time, and they'll have 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Saints lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Groupie adds the extra point. And the Saints make it a 24-point ball game. Reed now to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. This return makes it up to the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Connects with Johnson. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
That's complete inside the 35. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a 4th down gamble.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive. I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Throwing it again here. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Try to run for it with Hall. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They would angle, motivate, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a fourth down.
Desperation time here on fourth. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. It's an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble there on fourth down, and they move those chains. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. He's dropping back to throw. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, New York! Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Now the Jets keeping the offense on the field. They're going to go for 2. Oh, and he's got a man open. Complete. And he's in for 2, so don't write him off just yet. I know the chances are slim, but still a small one in this 2-possession game. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Now it's Miller. And they get him down after a solid gain up to the 31. Minute 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now an inside handoff to Miller. And he'll push forward for a small gain to the 31. They managed a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And his charge towards the line, it's right around 3 yards.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Here's Miller. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. Throwing now from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Saints nearing their first win of the season. They send a man in motion. Throwing now on first down. Setting up the running back screen. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And not much for him there. He's down to the 15-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. Back-to-back carries here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints have likely locked up the win right there. Groupie to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints stretch the lead to 23. Reed now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's complete to Wilson. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. So that's their first. From the 34. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Timeout taken by New York. That's its 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
To throw it on 1st down. Dumps it off to his running back. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Timeout called by the Jets. That's their final one. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Man in motion here. From the 48. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Looking for his wide receiver there. And 4th and 4 coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. He's got it to his running back. They go for it on 4th down and get it in a big way. 25 yards there.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
They go play action on 1st. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
One final shot here. And there's our last-in image of this game. It's intercepted. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. So it's a win for the Saints. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Broncos enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win.